Hello, Roman. Hi, Roman.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
It finally works.
The VPN.
Yeah. Actually, it worked without VPNs before, but this time it's a bit different.
Okay, so let's start. As I said, we don't have an agenda for this meeting because I think we will move. I will talk about some PR that I think is important. If any one of you want to add any topic to the talk, as just said, for me, uh, this one, one moment, I will share my screen. This is the contract fee mechanism. As Chris is ill and he's not working on it, I assign it to Jimmy. I'm not sure if it's good for you, Jimmy.
Yeah, I can deal with it.
I think it's important and it's not very hard to do it. It's a good feature for Neo and also is in the Neo 4 roadmap. But it's something that we should have in Neo 3 also, I think.
What's the current status of this NEP? It's
I
already
think
accepted. The draft.
only it requires some changes, but it's almost done. But no, it's not attested, but it requires some changes.
All right. So the comments are already there. The review comments are already there. If I apply those comments to this NEP, it will be good, right?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Depending on some solutions, you could probably be rewriting it because it can be untangled in different ways. Because the first question that we have there is it gas only, or do we need to support some other tokens? Because there's a big difference, a huge difference, I would say.
For me,
If it's
and
gas
also,
only, it could.
for me, it's gas only.
Mhm.
And also, Eric
Well, if gas
thinks
only, then it can be made a lot easier than this proposal. Just a lot easier.
yeah, that's why I asked some changes because we can remove the asset because it will be has
No.
only.
We can remove everything. You just if you're to look at some comments I've made there before that, we can remove just about everything that's in this proposal and just replace it with a simpler mechanism.
I'm good with it. If share.
From my side, hello.
Yeah.
From my side, I believe it's important to draw this map thinking about generic uses of other tokens. Although Eric said it's gas only, it's fine. I think that there are many uses for liquidity pools, like the contract itself could create a liquidity pool, and then with a native liquidity pool.
Yeah, but if it's his own token, he can do it by himself in the token.
Well, it's different. If he do it himself, how the fee? I know nowadays maybe it's possible, né? I don't know. We need something that the guy can send a transaction, and during the transaction, it can specify that he will pay the fees with that token. With liquidity pools, we are able to do that. If we define a standard where contracts create liquidity pools, then we can even have a native contract that people create liquidity pools there from their NEP 17 towards gas, or towards gas, not towards new. So if we have such standard, users can easily pay any fees using the liquidity pools.
I would say that it can be another NEP. Like we can have a simple NEP and extended NEP, something like that. We should keep a thing as simple as possible, such that we to avoid making mistakes or ignoring some issues in there.
Yeah,
we
this
can
is
make it at
that
first.
it's something that every contract can do by himself. So this NEP try to solve a core issue, try to.
No, it's different, Fernando. The contract can't do by itself, because we need a standard, because when you invoke a transaction, you have the network fees, system fees, and they are based on gas. But if we have a standard based on a native contract that has like liquidity pools, during the transaction invocation, he can pay that using his own token, because the liquidity pools are like native, you know. So you just say, I want to pay with my own token. And then during transactions creation, we can check the liquidity pool, and then you send the transaction based on that price.
I agree. I mean, is we can have one for gas specifically for this one, and then we can consider about extending it to other tokens as well, and other NEPs, like a following work.
That's why, Jimmy, in my comment in this NEP, I said it would be interest if we could keep that in mind. So let's make it in a way that if we create an additional standard for other tokens, we don't discard this one. So make this standard like very open, in a way that in the future we can use other tokens to pay like network fee and system fees.
I mean, paying things for using gas or using other tokens is a totally different thing, right? Are they the same thing?
For me, they are kind of the same thing, because gas nowadays, everything we use gas, we access a token manager. So let's consider we are accessing a token manager. But we can have another native contract that it's called like liquidity pool manager. So liquidity pool manager has many tokens that the owners provide liquidity against gas, or the liquidity can be open as well, I don't know. So during transaction invocation, we just check the balance and how is the rate of that specific token. And I believe this is very important for new ecosystem, because other blockchains did that, and nowadays it's possible to pay fees with other tokens. And we can move in that direction in the future. I can write more in the proposal.
But it's a different thing. To pay the fee with other tokens is different than this. Here, I think we try to give an extra value for gas. So if we allow to any method to use any token, it's something
right.
that
Yes.
Imagine that a contract have 5 methods and 5 different tokens that you need to own to call them. I think we should make it easy and give an extra value to gas.
No, you are right, Fernando. My confusion. This way, this NEP is indeed the contract can charge itself. My mistake. I'm talking about different things. Sorry. You are right.
So, you Roman, when you say that we can drop almost everything, because it's because you want to remove also the dynamic, or?
I just want to take some gas from the system fee, and that's it. Easy as that, because that's the gas you already have paid for the transaction, and we can just mint to the contract if it requests to, and from this system fee, and that's it.
but you also want, if you want to give this to a different address, you also need to have the beneficiary.
And that's the caller. That's the contract caller, and also that can be guarded by the check witness, because the contract that invokes this interop has to have the witness for the signer, for the for the first signer, that is the sender of the transaction, who basically pays the fee. This, in some ways, it breaks the multi-signing, because there we would think that it's the primary signer, the sender, because he pays the system fee. That's the account that basically take the gas from. But I think overall it's an easier solution, because we already have this gas in VM, which can just cut some part of it and mint it to the contract, invoking some special interop method. That's it.
Do you want to propose a different NEP file?
It's not a NEP5. It's
No, not file. NEP file. NEP file.
NEP
Do you want to
file.
propose it?
I don't think I'm able to compose this now. I can give you an idea, but all of the details, I'm just not able to really go through them now.
So, Jimmy, if you want to deal with it, maybe you can start doing some changes, and Roman can review it.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Okay, the next topic I think is important for me is we need some secure methods for NEO. One is the proof of node. Currently, we don't have a way to prove that the committee have a node, and there are also new mechanisms that we should have, like a wide list of IP address for peer-to-peer, or also a blacklist. We need.
From my side, oh no, can go.
Yeah, yes.
From my side, Fernand, I was not in favor of the proof of work, but I am in favor of a communication on the peer-to-peer. But when I mention peer-to-peer, I'm talking about the consensus payloads. So let's say every round, one node, that's not the consensus node, of course, because the consensus node is very easy. We know if the consensus node is alive or not based on its payloads. We can update, we can have some native contract, maybe or something that updates the liveness of each node. So for the consensus node, we can just get any payload. It can be the prepare request, it can be the committee payload. Maybe for consensus node, we can use the prepare request. If the prepare request has been sent, so we update the liveness of that node. And each round, a specific committee member should send a payload saying that he is alive. We can put some data in this payload. Maybe some data signed by him to prove that, no, it's signed by him, of course, because the payload needs his signature. But maybe we can use like the last header or the last MPT. I don't know. Just some simple message on the payload. I think it will be enough for now to ensure that the node is connected. It's connected with the.
And how do you put this information in the chain? Because you will require transactions for it.
In the chain?
Yeah, do you want?
The chain, for example, if it's a payload, If it's a payload, we can add a specific field. Maybe the prepare request can send, I don't know, and the others agree if they receive that payload, or it can be a transaction. It can be also a transaction. But it can be, I think transaction is the easiest way, maybe. A transaction can be the easiest way, otherwise.
But if
I don't know.
you do a transaction, how do you prove that you have a node?
Oh, both are good to me. If the node sends a transaction, he needs to sign the transaction. And he needs to send it from a specific interval. Let's say every 21 blocks, I don't know, or around robin. In every previous block, we define who is the next to send the transaction. It can be a possibility. I don't know, the BFT plugin sends the transaction. The DBFT plugin will send the transaction, you know? So we make this automatic transaction sender in the DBFT plugin. So we have a verification that says, if I am a node, I am sending this transaction. And who is sending the transaction is defined on the previous block. So the guy has like 3 seconds to send the transaction. I think it's also fine. Both are good to me. If it's on the payload, it's possible, or if it's on the transaction, it's also possible. The transaction may look easier.
I think it's also kind of more reliable because P2P layer, it's hard to separate some communication problems with really missing node there. But with a transaction, it's just more reliable. Also, we need to keep in mind that P2P layer, we are relying on the extensible messages there that are whitelisted, that are also not really restricted on the network. Currently, the number of nodes that can send these extensible messages is rather low, and it includes validators and, if I remember correctly, Oracle nodes. But if we're to extend it to committee, it's not the end of the world, but at the same time, it's gonna, make it somewhat easier to create some potential for misbehavior, because these messages are not restricted in any way, and basically it allows to spam the network. Currently, only validators can do this, and they are kind of trusted, but committee members, it's just more nodes, more possibility for some problems.
Yeah, and also if we decrease the price of register a node and we increase the candidates, we will spam the peer-to-peer network with this message.
Exactly.
A
So
transaction,
the transaction works fine.
it's good for me, but how do you prove with this transaction that you have a node? Because
as I have said, ultimately you can have a bad actor running plugins, doing everything fine, but then just leaving the network and shutting down the node and throwing away the key. This can't be prevented. So if we are to tie this implementation to the BFT, just the easiest way to satisfy the requirements would be to install the BFT plugin, and that's it. Basically, you have this transaction sender in the BFT plugin, and at least normally not anywhere else. This, I think, is sufficient for now.
a transaction is good for me because it will also increase the transactions per block, so it's good for our statistics.
I think sorry, maybe it's me. I think the transaction is a good direction, Fernando. It's simpler than my idea on the payload and increase network use. Maybe transaction is a good idea because the node will send a transaction, will pay some fee. So maybe the transaction is the easiest way. I think that each round, just one committee member can send a transaction. So we defined based on some deterministic rule, based on the hash of the previous header. So the node has like few seconds to send. And it's very good because it ensures that the node is updated. If we decrease the block time and we start to have problems, maybe we can create a time window. Let's say the node, then we relax the rule. We make the rule more relaxed. Let's say 2 blocks. The node can send the proof every 2 blocks. And these transactions, Fernando, in my opinion, they should go to a native contract. This native contract is the governance contract, where we have a list of all pings that the committee sends. We have the number of success and when was the last time it sent a transaction. And we also count the number of success it's had in all its history, something like that.
Okay, so the next topic for me is just a reminder to review this PR, because I think it should be good to include in 3.9. And that's all from my side. If anyone want to add some topics.
I would also add that we need to review the BLS implementation for Ethereum compatible serialization format.
Do you know the number of?
It's down below. Yeah, let me share the link.
Is this one? I think no. Yeah.
Yeah. That should be it.
Is this one?
Yes, that's it. So in the last comment in this PR, there is a link to NeoGo PR. So we have implemented the desired interface for crypto library native contract. So please review NeoGo PR. And once we finalize the API, we can port it to C#, because we have agreed that the current implementation should be adjusted to fit into the existing CryptoLib interface.
And have
So
you
it's just a reminder to review NeoGo PR.
Yeah. Have you confirmed with Mengyu or Shilihu, Adobe? Have you confirmed with that the correctness of the NeoGo version with them?
I have asked a review from Shili. He commented. We fixed his comments. So now I think Shili agrees, or maybe we just need to request review one more time. So that's it.
All right. Okay. Cool. I updated this PR accordingly.
We firstly need to review NeoGo version. I think we just need everyone's review, or no, maybe not everyone's, but someone's review to make
this is
sure that
completely
with this
for
interface.
currently it's a completely for the new exit usages. And the current here only you, Roman, Shirley, and Adobe is currently working on that project. So the rest of us is not really involved. We are like assisting NeoX implementing these functionalities. So it would be better you internally can ensure the correctness of these kind of functionalities. I'll just follow up.
Okay. So I suppose when we finish this implementation, then the same approach could be ported to BN 254.
Is this guy already reviewed your implementation, Anna?
Yes. Let me ask his review one more time, because we have fixed his previous comments, but he didn't review one more time.
I'll try to find him on WeChat.
Okay, anyone want to add something to the talk?
Maybe hey Fernando, with related to the bridge things, maybe you can talk with the NeoX team, maybe Gil or someone they wanted to handle that part. Probably.
I'm not sure if they want to do it, but I can talk with them. Yeah, because Eric idea is to have a native contract for bridge. So we will need to do it, and I propose to use the bridge that Axelat already have, but Eric want to have a native contract for it.
I can provide a little bit more context about it. It's related to the Neo 4 because Roman talked with Steven saying that you're not clear about the Neo 4, so I went to Shanghai and talked with Eric face to face with regard to the Neo 4. Turns out that Neo 4 will just be in general it will be Neo N3 running as the main chain, and along with a few sidechains as application chains. And application chains will communicate with the engine with via the bridge, cross-chain communication functionalities. So that will be the general architecture of the Neo 4. Whoever is using the Neo 3 right now, you don't have to do anything at all. It's 100% compatible to the Neo 3 right now. Only those nodes who need to run the Neo 4 sidechains need to set up the sidechains things. The sidechains will be using the Neo N4 code, which is currently on the master branch. And that's the context. What Eric asking me to tell Shergan is he need to guide the core developer team to come up with a few cross-chain bridge solutions such that the Eric can pick one that works best for the Neo 4. The bridge will be a smart contract based, native smart contract based. That's it.
Okay, so that's all. Anyone to say something? So that's all, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.